Welcome to the DU Weekly Check-In. I'm joined by men's lacrosse head coach Bill Tierney. And Coach, let's talk about this past weekend. It was a great day for lacrosse out there. And the Pioneers came away with a great win over a very tough opponent in the Big East to clinch a spot in the Big East tournament.
Well, really proud of our guys first, Nicole. It's, St. John's, another Big East team we hadn't played. We really didn't know a lot about them other than what we saw on film, and they have an outstanding attack, one of the best I've seen out there this year. So overall, a kind of a tale of two halves, a strange game. First half, I thought we played really well defensively. Mm-hmm. Second half, I thought we played really well offensively. The more you look at it, the more we also shot a little better, and their goalie was phenomenal in the first half, as was ours. So kind of a strange game, but if you told me going in we'd beat St. John's 16-9, we'd take it.
Right. Can you talk a little bit about Jeremy Noble and kind of his performance so far this year? He was named the Big East Player of the Week this week for his offensive performance on Saturday. But maybe sometimes his numbers don't always represent his presence out there and what he does on the field.
Yeah, I mean, you can start with some stats, even though we're not big with stats around here. But his stats, very few guys on your first midfield have his kind of stats that are so lopsided toward the assist column, and that just comes from his demeanor, him being a glue guy on the team, and his unselfishness and willingness to make plays that help the team. A lot of guys would take shots sometimes, and Jeremy looks for that one more pass and finds the open guy, a Bobzine, or he had a beautiful one to Pace the other day, or Miller, and so he plays defensive midfield. He plays the wings. He gives our, kind of our pregame talk out on the field before the game. Jeremy's been a phenomenal captain. He's all that we've ever could imagine he would be, and continues to roll and help this team have a great season.
Right. Let's talk about the goalie play real quick. Ryan LaPlante finished the first half, made a 10 saves on the day and really finished strong. Jamie Faus came in, also had a very strong performance. But like you mentioned, the defense maybe not quite as together as they were in the first half, which kind of put him in a tough situation. Can you talk about the role of the two goalies switching again this year?
Well, certainly when we did this, when we made the decision last year to do this, it was clear that when Trevor was with us here, that Jamie was a better finisher than Ryan. Ryan's a little cooler as a starter and kind of thing. So we want Jamie in at the end of a game. If you watch Jamie play, once in a while, a shot may go in early on him, and we all kind of say, oh, whatever. We know he'll step up and make a few more that he shouldn't save, and that's what happened the other day. Jamie's doesn't get flustered out there. So when you get in a game like that the other day, and we're up, 11-5, and that he's the guy you want in there when they make those mini runs. I mean, as far as the shots go, Ryan would be the first one to tell you. He made a couple of great saves, but he'd be the first one to tell you that our defense played great the other day in that first half, and some of the shots that he saw were the ones that you want a goalie to see if they are going to shoot. So you can't just go by the stats, but we're still thrilled with the combination of the two guys. We're going to keep that going and see what happens.
Right. So this weekend we have Providence on the road. Can you talk about what we might see in this team?
No, we're talking about a really new program. Chris Gabrielli has done an amazing job with this team, and for 22 years when I went to Providence, it was across the highway to go to Brown, and so Providence again, just like all those other Big Eastern teams, new event, new venue. Not going to be able to practice there on Friday because of Good Friday and things like that. So it's going to be a new thing. I think the good thing about that is our guys always stay a little bit nervous when they're into a new situation, and we are. We clinched being in the tournament this past weekend with our win over St. John's, but in the next 2 weeks we'd like to clinch being the first, the top seed in the tournament, so that we can be the favorite going in.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me today, Coach. Good luck this past weekend and this coming weekend. And thanks for tuning in to the DU Weekly Check-In.